Ni hao, and welcome back to the Chinese campaign. So, first off, patch 1.7 has hit beta already, so I think it will probably be a week, maybe two, until it's live. So I need to wrap up this campaign before then. Luckily, we've got only a little over a year left until retirement. So, one DD versus one heavy cruiser. Not too confident this is gonna work. So we just do not take that battle and hope that this DD can instead fight a submarine or something. Here are a bunch of submarines. Let's go up here. Sink some subs. What is this? 4 DDs here. Which task force do I want them in? Like, ideally this one, but I can't get through the Gibraltar Strait. How did they end up there? I want them here, linking up with the Bombay fleet, which is now actually ready. So they can instead link up with that fleet just here, I guess. There we go. So that's quite the battle force. These 3 Gia-class battleships, I think I want them not in the task force with the Sheens, because they're just well, they're slower. They're just gonna slow down the battle line. So send them to Port Said instead, where they can link up with these ships, which are also almost ready. Nice. This naval invasion here is going well. 2 months left until we've invaded. What are we invading? Palestine. Yes. Alright. Let's head on to November and see what happens. Alright. Got some meetings. Got some different stuff happening. And I just realized I forgot to reinforce the invasion fleet in Mexico or wherever it was. So I'm gonna get to that after playing the obligatory battles at the start of the turn. Soviet Union is now fighting the Austro-Hungarian Empire. And these submarines are sinking my transports. So let's sink some submarines. Here we are. This force is now actually attacking a port with an enemy force in it. Not much of an enemy force, but okay. We can sink these, I think. And I've decided to send the cruisers home. They're kind of low on ammo, so by not having them fire anything in this battle, they should have 1 more month to reload, which they would probably benefit from. The battleships also not fully stocked up on ammunition, but I don't think it would take many shots to sink 2 light cruisers and a DD. So we're just gonna There you go. Get a little bit closer before opening fire. Let's see, what kind of torpedoes are these guys armed with? 23-kilometer torps. Underwater tubes, though. Yeah, you can hide in your little smoke screen. Let's select some targets. Let's see, what is your torpedo range? Also, pretty good, actually. Victoria, Yunfei, Hongjiang, and all secondaries on the DD. You may now open fire. Down to cruising speed. I think. No, they were not gonna hit. It's not really in secondary range yet. It will be pretty soon. There we go. Victoria is firing her secondary weapons. First hits on one of the light cruisers. Secondary guns are starting to hit the DD. Very nice. Yeah, I don't need main guns to take out this thing. Seven-inch guns actually doing most of the work. There we go, we've not taken any damage yet. Let's see, what kind of speed are they going at? Like 22 knots. We can actually catch up with them. And get ourselves slightly better chances of hitting. Maybe even put the secondaries to use here. Because the 7-inch and 8-inch secondaries should be in range pretty soon. And of course the reason for trying to save ammo is that this task force will probably see combat again next month. Let's see, you got the gun set to save. Once the smoke screen dissipates, they might open fire again. There we go. Yunfei is out of HE. But that's fine. AP gets the job done too. They don't have a lot of armor, but it's there we go. I think that's the end of that light cruiser. main guns focus on the leading one. And if this doesn't sink from the damage it's already taken, it should start being in secondary range pretty soon. Yeah, it's only doing 11 knots. So we're gonna catch up. Victoria not really firing. I guess her chance to hit just isn't high enough for it to want to fire on safe, but that's fine. Because I think this thing is going down now. Main guns off. Secondary time. So no damage taken, and not too much ammo wasted sinking these, which are actually quite pricey for what they are. It should result in some victory points. AP on the secondaries, I think, would be more effective. Maybe. There we go. A little bit of flooding, and that's all we needed. Alright, nice little victory. Let's see, and these guys attack a port. Instead of the submarines, I wanted them to attack. These three run into two light cruisers on their way to Port Said. Alright, first, is this the first battle of the Jihad class? No, I think they've seen combat before, actually. Alright, 3 fresh battleships. Plenty of ammo this time around. Yeah, they must have seen combat because they are all veterans. I don't remember when this task force was supposed to see combat though, in the past. Because I don't think maxing out the crew training alone would make a ship crew hit veteran. I think that's only from actual combat experience. I'm pretty sure that was explicitly mentioned in patch notes once upon a time. Go down to cruising speed. What kind of armor did I give these? That's pretty decent. These are actually quite chunky. I think they were only limited to 14-inch guns on this hull. I think that's why they have 14s. Just wasn't allowed to place anything bigger. Let's just wait for the smoke to dissipate. Yeah, we're not that far out. Okay, I don't need all of you firing at the same ship, guys. But it's good that the secondaries are even opening up. Let's see, like so. So last episode we got to see a class of brand new, really huge battlecruisers. Now we get these tiny battleships. More like coastal defense reserve battleships, if anything. If I was sending out a task force explicitly to target a task force with big enemy battleships, I don't think these would be my first pick. Well, they're doing pretty well against light cruisers. So these are exactly the kind of ships I would like to have fighting the Mexican Navy. With all of their cruisers. Because the 12-inch guns on the Beijing class battlecruisers just not really sufficient. Because Mexico has some pretty tough Spanish-built heavy cruisers. And a bunch of ships that I sold them. Alright, these should be, yeah, there we go. One down, and the second one is just about toast. Need just a little bit of convincing still. Respotted me there because the tower is gone. And there she goes. Nice. Now let's see if we got some bigger battles at hand. Not really. We got a single DD. Got Andong and Changcheng. And the US still has not accepted my peace treaty. Which I would like them to, because I want to take all their ships as war operations. I've got a lot of victory points over them. Changcheng is in good shape, has most of her ammo. She can take on a DD without much trouble. Waves kind of limiting my speed though, but that should limit the enemy too. Probably more than me. And they're slower to begin with, so there it is. The destroyer Henderson, which has a little bit of armor and 15-kilometer 24-inch electric torpedoes. But only one launcher with no reloads. Lots of guns though. It's almost light cruiser armament. So yeah, she's fighting back. Let's see if we can get Andong into range with her 9-inch guns. One inch of destroyer armor is like just about what you need to have some protection from 6-inch guns. At least when you're firing semi-armor piercing, like I am. Let's go with AP. Andong has opened up. Andong, you can probably save your ammo, because you don't have much of it. While Jiangcheng can try to get a little bit closer. The Henderson is going at 26 knots. Now the Andong can actually speed up. Yeah, because the ocean is calmer. So Andong will catch up to Henderson. Eventually. We could open fire now, but the chance to hit would be really, really low. Yeah, I need to get a little bit closer for the AP to actually do its job. Henderson has still not launched her torpedoes. Need to kind of pay attention to that because, well, electric torpedoes kind of hard to spot. There we go, destroy the torpedoes. Nothing to worry about anymore. Now, AP. There we go. That's the flooding I was after. And now that semi-armor piercing is really doing what it's supposed to do. There we go. One US Navy destroyer sent down to the bottom. Now, oh, lots of transports lost. And Britain has accidentally sunk one of my transports. Serbia is revolting. Let's see here. Conquest. Yeah, we need more tonnage. Where is my tonnage? I've got some tonnage here. It's not that much though. Didn't I have a bunch of battlecruisers I built that are kind of affordable and cheap? And intended for this kind of work. Yeah, the Heze class. I got 2 sitting in Singapore. This task force will go here. Why are they going the long way around? Five turns. Wouldn't it be better to cross the Pacific? Like so? Two turns, yeah, that's much better. Alright, convoy battle. Where is it? Here. Battleship Rudolph. That's one of those huge, heavily armored ones. I've got the light cruiser Kafkads and a bunch of Ottoman ships. Kafkads will not be of much use here, so she's gonna get sent away, and I will just use the Ottomans. The 2 Metal Snake class light cruisers have torpedoes, which is useful. Youngway class heavy cruiser. I completely forgot about that design. That's one of the ones I decided not to build, because I don't think it would have been very good. But the Ottomans liked it and bought some. But of course, it is also an option to just don't worry about the battleship and go straight for the transports. Yeah, it's this thing. This is kind of not its yeah, not where it wants to be. At least these guys are quite a bit faster, and they have some armor. Kafkads also, you're a little bit too slow. You're just gonna hold everyone back, and also you're my ship, and I don't want to lose you. Yeah, they don't start that far out. 8-inch guns, 10-inch, 10. Rudolph has taken some damage before. Yeah, we're not really hurting it with that kind of armor. Not with these guns that we got. Maybe the torpedoes can do something. But that battleship also has anti-torp 5 and triple bottom and lots of resistance, and basically it's a brick. It's a floating brick. But at least it does actually have more armor on the main deck and main belts. Which, often when you see these AI-designed floating bricks, they just have super thick armor all over. Which isn't really that useful. Okay, Shao Cheng, you've taken a little bit too much damage. Gonna turn back. Non-ping, you can turn the other... No, you haven't launched yet. You can keep going. Just speed up. Yeah, Shao Cheng. Poor little boats. Taking battleship fire. Are we gonna get any torpedo hits on that thing? We might. No. We ain't. But we're starting to give it some damage instability, so its guns are less effective. And we've gotten past it. And we're closing in on the convoy. Non-ping keeps launching torpedoes. Let's get a little bit closer, then turn the other cheek. Our 3 torpedoes are now reloaded. This could cause us to lose the non-ping, but again, it's not my ship. It's not a big deal if she is to go down. Yeah, 51% crew loss. We might crew kill this battleship. Also, port side secondaries should be firing at the transports very soon. There they go. Yao Bay is opening up. Yeah, I think non-ping is gonna sink. Sorry about that, Ottoman Empire. You accidentally lost your ship. No. Keep everything focused on the battleship. Like, yeah, your secondaries on the port side can deal with the transports that are in range. But I definitely want most everything else focused on taking down the battleship, which is almost at 60% crew loss. The Obey, poor thing, taking most of the punishment now. think if... Yeah, let's detach the Liao Bei. And retreat it up towards the convoy. Well, these two keep peppering the battleship. 66% crew loss now. We're not doing much damage, really. We're out of HE for the main guns. Actually causing a little bit of flooding. That is nice. If we can gun down this thing, that would be a pretty nice victory. That's also a big if. The problem is that now we've killed all the crew that is easy to kill. And we're left with the crew that is... like protected by a lot of armor. Flooding. I didn't want that. I wanted to get around it. Possible. Now Wrong has angle issues. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to sink the Rudolph. Maybe. No. We got the Liao Bei. Rudolph is taking flooding. It's now also firing at the remaining cruiser. Is hurting the transports. That is fine, she can deal with the transports. Well, Chao Ching closes in with the Rudolph. Torpedoes loaded. Rudolph is not going very fast, 12.9 knots. Got 9 torpedoes left on this thing. And actual HE ammo, which is nice. I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be the guns, though. If anything, it's able to sink the Rudolph. It will have to be the torpedoes. Let's see. Liao Bei, how are you doing? You're doing well. Keep it up. Can get those torpedoes out. Got 3 more from the other side. But I want to try and close in a little bit first. Okay, that might not be an option. There we go, launched. We're taking engine damage. This torpedo looks like it might hit. No, it did not. These torpedoes look like they will all miss. Just a few more seconds. If I can just keep the ship alive for long enough. There you go. Last spread of torpedoes outbound. And at a better range and better angle. You may think I've wasted a lot of cruisers sinking this battleship, or trying to, but they're not my cruisers. You're gonna get 1 torpedo hit. Probably won't be enough to sink it, but caused some flooding. Steering is out. (69.2% crew loss). Sadly, not enough for a surrender. I think you have to reach 80% now, which is quite insane. It used to be 45%, but then they changed how fires kill crew. So they turned it up to 60, but then people complained, so they turned it up again to 80. And I think 80 is just, I think that's too much. I think 60 was a nice sweet spot. That's a victory though. Even though they got the most victory points. But we sank 14 transports, and this battleship will not be sailing again anytime soon. And my own ship survived, so that's fine. So that was that. Here are the Xi'an class. This task force did not see combat, and the DDs I sent here were too busy attacking the port to actually do anything about the submarines. Let's see, what's the biggest enemy task force in the area here? Nothing? Where did all the big task forces go? It's this thing. That's huge. Germany, do you have anything in port here? No. 1 Spanish battleship. Let's encounter it here. These things there. Wait a minute, these 4DDs that are looking up at the Sheens, were they sent there to, were they the ones I split up, and they just did not split up? That could be it. So send out some single DDs then. There we go. That should sink some submarines, hopefully. And in 2 months we're gonna get some ships in here to do the conquest of Guatemala, which will be nice. How many ships do you have now, United States? Decent little fleet. Let's try that again. See if we can get a peace treaty and get lots of war operations, because that's 1.6 million victory points. War continues with France. We're going to keep fighting the Spanish and the Germans. France and the United States are fighting. Okay, these guys get to fight the submarine. Here we go, submarine. More submarine. More submarines. Nice. That's exactly what I want my DDs to be doing. And an undefended port that is not completely undefended. So we have to fight it out. Could auto-resolve, but that would result in the light cruisers sinking half my task force for some reason. Oh, and we open fire right off the bat as the battle starts, because we're just that close. Cruisers actually have some ammo now. That is fine. DDs. Turn these off before we have an accident. Now the battleships need to turn off their main guns, because this is secondary work, first and foremost. At least for them. There we go, first flooding hit scored. Okay, we can do one salvo. Battleship guns. There we go, that was pretty effective. Let's do one more salvo. Now, main guns off for the cruisers. And they're just gonna sail in here and start gunning down transports with their secondaries. And the battleships are mostly done. I got two different classes of cruisers mixed in the squadrons. the slower ones, limiting the faster ones, but that is fine. The enemy is close. They're not going anywhere. They are just transports with a top speed of 14 knots. So it should be a cakewalk. Yeah, that's right. For some reason, the 3-inch guns on these outranged the 5-inch guns. We're actually taking some damage in return from the guns on the transports. And all the fireworks is making the game just lag a little bit, but that's to be expected when you got thousands of rounds being fired at once. All right. Let's see, South Atlantic, West Africa, all over the place, really. Argentina wants to buy a battleship. That's the torpedo battleship, I think. Bangladesh wants cruisers. That's fine. Of course, they will never be delivered, because the game ends in 1 year. I have gained Palestine. Naval invasion here, of all places. That's why I can't get peace with the US, because they're trying to naval invade my tiny island. Ships will arrive in 2 turns. Okay. Somehow this Spanish battleship slipped past. Let's see, these are Timus. They can go here. Sheens. There's a single heavy cruiser doing here. Can't you just go to port or something? Let's have these guys try and attack that Spanish battleship. Yeah, lots of submarines around. That's probably why I'm losing transports. Yeah, see here, lots of German submarines. And some surface ships. Germany is sending submarines to here. Let's send a light cruiser. Take care of that. And we're sending out a heavy cruiser. Take care of this light cruiser. And the rest of the task force can take care of this light cruiser. Alright. That should work. Also have a light cruiser here, which not sure what to do with. It can stay there. It can stay there. Let's see. Let's just head on to 1964 and see if the first battle is maybe a submarine battle or something quick. Then we can take it on at the end of the episode. Election. War continues. The government wants to create an alliance with Soviet Union. And no, don't think so. Yes. Keep fighting. Here we go. 2 German submarines sunk. 2 Austrian submarines sunk. Undefended port. Undefended transports. And here we go. Huge, very expensive Spanish battleship. But this time we got the guns to take it out. And also one of these heavy cruisers. I think we're gonna take this one next time, and I'm just gonna end the episode here. Goodbye, and take care.